Okay. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around after the beer break. For our next speaker, also related to analytics and one of our favorite consultancy companies here, especially here in Finland, for some of the data assets we run. Martti Reilander from Big Data Pump. Please give him a round of applause.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. Today what we will cover is about what is happening there in the industrial internet area and how to drive digital transformation in the industry sector. I try to be as concrete as possible. I have some case examples there, but please ask and let's be interactive on this one. But basically, very shortly, who we are for the ones who do not know that. Basically, a little bit more than 3 million euros turnover, have been growing quite rapidly. We have Nokia IoT and big data analytics background. We are 35. We are part of Affecto corporation nowadays. We have international clients that 40% of our revenue is coming from outside Finland. But here, what do we do? That basically we help our customers to avoid problems in the, let's say, in the traditional businesses. This is not our customer, but I'm sure that they hope they would have been. Basically, we are building analytics. We are collecting data. We are building analytics. We are collecting data. We are managing data. We are building analytics on top of that, and then visualizing and getting the feedback back to the processes. And this is now one good example about the transformation challenge that is happening there in the industrial world. That the companies who are now manufacturing something, they want to change their business models in the way that they are not producing products anymore, but they are moving towards services. And there, the data and analytics, that's like a crucial part in that transformation. And I have some examples how things can get started. But always the idea is that it has to be the business value first, starting from business value. And typically, when talking about the data and when talking about the analytics, it comes from in my opinion, it comes from 3 different areas. One is the improved customer experience, and that's basically your part, and you are excellent in that. But then, what comes to the industrial internet and industrial sector, then the development of products and especially services, that's one area that they are looking for value. And then naturally the improved efficiency is one. I have now one example that how things typically should move on. This is like cliche picture, but it's still true, and I would say that in this IoT Internet of Things world, it's even more current than earlier. That it's clear that for companies, they do not know where the revenue is coming in the future, and they are not willing to invest heavily before they have the confidence that things will work out and they will get the money back from there. And that's why one example how we have managed to get like real cases, that's about the demos, and it's like working demos, and that's why I'm having my suitcase with me, and this suitcase includes Internet of Things. I will show it to you. Looks like this.
How did you get this to customers?
Yeah. Actually, this has visited Dubai already, and let's say there was some discussions. It's somewhere. It's here. Yeah, this has visited Dubai already, and there was some discussions because this is like independently working unit which is sending the data to our cloud. Basically, I will switch it on and explain a bit more what is the case. Start the engines. Okay, this is very typical industry case that they are using electrical motors. It may be like it could be a pump, it could be a conveyor belt, it may be about the ventilation, but there's lot of electrical motors there. What is happening here? We have set up sensors for this. We are measuring the electricity, the used electricity, the power, the currency, frequency, and then also the temperature. And what is happening in here? Here's the collection unit and the modulators, and then there is a mobile unit which is sending it with mobile network to the cloud. And in the cloud we are basically catching the data and then using stream analytics to visualize it on my mobile. But let's come back to that a bit later. But for this we are talking about now the first phase, that we are able to discuss with our customers to make it concrete that yes, this is possible, this whole thing. Now this is like a bit big for implement it into your machine, but we are able to squeeze it to this size quite easily. And the unit price for this kind of it's 300 to 500 euros for this kind of device. And then we are quite easily starting to have the discussion with the customer that the value here, that yes, okay, we would like to know, for example, the problems with our conveyor belt. That in this case, conveyor belt, the electricity motors, they are designed for some work. For example, when pumping water from mines, or when pumping water to vesitorni, water towers, then you know exactly how it's planned to work, how much it's using electricity for example. And we have like extremely sophisticated brake here, which is basically that now it's working with too low workload, and it consumes too little electricity. Then we know that there is something wrong with the machine. And same goes with that if this is like a heavier carriage, then we know as well that there is something wrong with that. It may be about the pressure, it may be about the conveyor belt, that there is something there between the rollers. Yeah. And with this setup, if we are able to measure the currency, we are able to solve like 80% of these kind of cases already. Then we know how many times those machines are started, and how many problems there has been, what are the service hours and the consumption, and then the operational efficiencies. That it's quite many cases already with this extremely simple things. Our customers, that for example let's take this pump manufacturer as an example, that they don't want to sell pumps anymore because it's only like 5% of the whole life cycle cost is the pump itself, and they want to be involved in the rest, this 95%, and there's all the services and all the maintenance and also the recycling, optimizing the electricity consumption. And there, this that earlier they sold, let's say, they sold pumps. Now they want to sell services for mines, that the water is not floating there, or they want to sell services to the water facilities that the water towers are always between the low and high marks. Pretty similar things, for example, in energy sector, that kind of traditional fuel producers, that they don't want to sell fuel anymore. They want to sell services. They want to sell like 21 degrees room temperature rather than selling just oil or gas or wood. And in all those cases, the data and analytics, that's the most, that's crucial. That's the mandatory thing. The problem with this is that if you are going very widely, then it will be expensive and it will be risky, and that's why this is the only right approach in the industrial, that start small, start iterating, start learning, and then getting the first learnings, get the first first revenue in, and then when validated, then start to scale. About the most of the cases that they are about these better services and products, they're the fast problem identification, that you know that something is wrong somewhere and you are just flagging it. That's one very simple case. Then innovations, that you start to learn how things are working, how the processes are used, and then when you are understanding how the machines are used, then you are also able to start selling the, let's say, process optimization services. The improved efficiency, there is, let's say, there is two, depending on the companies, two drivers there. One may be that the IT and analytics platform, the data warehouses, they are in the end of their life cycle, and then something needs to be done, something which enables things in the future, and then the other one is that you are trying to save in personal costs there. But in industrial cases, I would say that improved customer experience, like better sales and marketing, that hasn't been really the driver. It has come from understanding the own products, being able to change from selling products to services, and save personal costs and find more innovations. Some examples that what are the possibilities there, that this is extremely simple thing, that just build the dashboards, collect the data, manage it, and build the dashboards. This is like bread and butter for you, but in industrial sector it's not. They are typically, for example, different factories, they are quite isolated. There is no one single view to the processes, and that's something that just get the visibility first. That's typically quite a lot already to get the first value stream items rolling. Then another thing is about the data volumes, and then using machine learning there. This is like from Microsoft Azure Cloud Analytics toolkit. From there, this is the machine learning studio. Modern machines, they are collecting huge amount of information, but they are part of some kind of process chain. And one example in this is that if the data is available somewhere somehow, then naturally we are using that. If not, then we are getting the sensors. This particular case here is, for example, one special machine in an extremely expensive process that is collecting 1,000 parameters per second, and that's sending those. And the machine typically ends to 27 different error stages, and then the data scientist's work is to find the reasons what is affecting to what to lead to these 27 typical cases. And there the business benefit is clear that if you are even with one service break you are able to avoid, then you are already clear with all the investments that has been done. And there the cloud analytics is pretty nice base for those, that you are able to get the stream data, you are able to massage huge amount of data there and get the results out of there. Then another trend, I would say that it's becoming a, let's say, mandatory that regardless whatever is your device, that you are able to get the information from there, and you are able to have like self-service BI and analytics from there, getting the alerts and those defined by yourself. Then raising things is, for example, speed recognition, and especially in the maintenance business. And for this, the best case to sell these and have the customer discussions is that you are having the working demo, that you are able to tell, okay, in our case this is like a whiskey recommending engine, that I can tell here that I would like to have a smoky whiskey, single malt, and probably what else, long aftertaste. And then my device is fetching the recommendations for that, and then it's showing the what are the best recommendations, and this is like the speech recognition, and that's using the media analytics cloud service in our setup, and it's returning the results from there. Lafroy was the 78 points for this. Yeah, the data scientists have created the algorithm, but to me it sounds like a good choice. For this, the whiskey is not the thing in the industrial, but then our customers, they find it quite easy to start finding new cases. For example, this can be used to fetch manuals, for example, that when the maintenance operator is going to new machine, is able to tell this is the AB7 machine, and then the solution is fetching the manuals directly for the person. That it's getting helping the productivity and avoiding mistakes and getting rid of errors. Then another thing is with the digital locations, and there the RFID technology is the thing that seems to be on the level. The price tags will be on the level that it may make sense, and it may be about the inventories. It may be real-time inventories, for example, and having the location of operators or inventories of let's say helmets or tools, for example, or inventories of special spare part warehouses, for example. And the idea is that it's real-time inventory. You have tagged the products, and then you have the antenna receivers, and then those are just pinging those, and then you are getting the visibility to the headquarters or the operations. That's one raising thing, and then the video analytics. That's absolutely something which is coming, and now it's I would say in consumer business, but it will be, I would say, this Internet of Things thingy that for example digital signage. I'm sure that it will be steered by video analytics in the future, and for that kind of things there is already quite nice services like the Microsoft Media Analytics that it's telling that am I sad or happy, and am I male or it doesn't know that am I single or not, but it tells about tells about quite nicely the age and gender and also that have I been there before. And the same thing can be used in some facilities quite easily. The same technology. As this was like a technical thing, I took one example architecture. Same goes Amazon Web Services and Azure. They are pretty similar from services point of view. This is now Azure view, but Amazon Web Services is having exactly the same components, different names just. But we see that there is two kind of data in most of cases: the data in motion, the real-time streaming, and then the data at rest, which is like batch and web services, API type, REST API type of things. In the real-time data, there is this kind of streaming processing that there is an IoT hub in this case, which is having the connecting the devices. Then the stream analytics is able to process the events, and then we can use the machine learning components from there, and then visualizations with the Power BI or custom tools. Then the data at rest. There's the different ways to take the data in, manage that raw data already in the blob storage type of or S3 type of raw data storages, and then have the structured data that it can be more easily used, and then there may be Hadoop processing and those that you are able to use the raw data and take that to the next level and then use it in the processes. Yeah, basically, in my opinion, what is important there is that basically you are always able to prove the value first, and then configure as much as possible, and then get the business buying the idea of those. And what is the most in IoT and industrial, that you have to get hands dirty. That if you have any chance, if you have a project, you have any chance to visit the facility, you should absolutely go for that. If you are not going, then I would say that then you are in the wrong business. You should always have the yellow these kind of jackets, and then you should have also the glasses there. And then just showing this shortly this the data that I'm collecting from there into the cloud, and let's see if this works. Sorry, I'm not good with this. Yeah, but basically this is now showing how things are. Let's see. Okay, there. It shows that how things the temperature is going up, and the frequency voltage has been the same, and for this you can easily set the alarms and steer your business. Here's this Scotty. What I was. I would like to have a smoky whiskey, single malt, and Lafroy type of. Let's see what I'm getting. Okay, Talisker. Is that okay with? Okay, yeah. All right, but basically, this is the way that we have learned that things are progressing in the industrial sector. Start with the business value, demo it, and then when it works, then start to scale and get the business buy-in from there. Yeah.
Please, a round of applause for Martti. Any questions? No questions? Who has already done some home automation and collecting? Well. One sec. Oh.
You already talked about the S3 and the kind of the offering of the Microsoft, the Azure, and you said they are similar. But are there like some kind of like differences? Because I guess like the Power BI you have it in Azure, but in Amazon you don't have maybe that advanced dashboarding and so on. So do you have some experiences about the differences?
I would say that companies should select the one which is fitting to their architecture and their culture. And in my opinion, the Amazon Web Services is very roughly. Very roughly. If you're like a Linux and that kind of hacker type of DNA company, then the Amazon Web Services is quite natural choice. And in the cases that you want to take things out of the shelf and you want to just configure those, and it's more like graphical interfaces and building things from the existing blocks and not having on-premise options there, then I would say Microsoft is quite natural choice. That depending on the companies, they both have the same that you can build things with both of them.
No other questions? Okay, then please another round of applause for Martti. And also for you, a speaker's gift.
Thank you.
And then for our next speaker, about the Science Club for Kids, Jenny, or